real talk today, guys. Let's talk about stalls during our weight loss process. I hear all the time in my support groups on Facebook about stalling and how it's detrimental and how it really messes with your head. And yes, it does. It's frustrating, especially when you're sticking to plan 100%, right? And then you get to week 3, 4, 5 and you hit a stall and it lasts for a few weeks. That could be really mentally challenging. Totally get it. However, what I want to come on here and remind you, a little bit of a soapbox, is you have put your body through a lot, right? So, and I have put my body through a lot. So I spent the better part of my life gorging and putting too many calories in my body and asking way too much of my body. It couldn't process everything that I was giving it. And so what did it do? It held on to it. And then I got frustrated and mad at my body for being fat or heavy or chunky or thick or whatever word you want to use for it. So I get mad at myself, which only exasperates the situation, right? You get mad at yourself. If you're an emotional eater like I am, you go and you eat your problems away, but that doesn't help. It only makes it worse. So we've asked a lot from our bodies already. And then we go and we have this major surgery. And although outwardly we're feeling fine, we're feeling like we can get up and get off the couch and get out of bed and we want to be more active. However, our body is only allowing us to consume, anywhere between 300 and 500 calories, let's say, a few weeks out. And so we're frustrated that we can't eat more, that we can't hit our nutritionist goals. My nutritionist has 2 goals for me, and they're the only 2 goals that she has, and it's eat 60 grams of protein a day and 64 ounces of water. And I have hit those goals maybe twice in the last 5 weeks. It's hard, guys. It's hard to fit that into your stomach. So your stomach is healing. Your body is healing. They had to cut through layers of stomach muscle just to cut out your stomach or reposition your stomach or whatever surgery you ended up having. So not only did we ask a ton of our body before surgery with overeating and overindulging and what have you, but after surgery, we now get frustrated at our body for healing. So we had this major surgery and it's healing. And I don't know about you guys, but my surgeon said I can't lift anything over 10 pounds for 8 weeks. That is a really long time. And 10 pounds, that's a little bit more than what a gallon of milk weighs. A gallon of milk is 8 pounds. And so going off of what my surgeon is recommending, that's about how long it's going to take your stomach to heal to the point where you can become a little bit more active again, lifting more weight and getting back to a sense of normalcy in your life. And so when we get to a stall and we're early on and we think, oh my gosh, well, I lost 10, 15, 20 pounds in that first week, and then I'm only losing 2 pounds a week. Well, when you say you're only losing, before surgery, I was gaining, right? And so any loss in my mind is awesome. And my body's healing. Don't forget that. Your body is healing, right? Let it heal. And then worry about the weight loss later. Now, I know that there's some stress from surgeons and nutritionists to continuously lose weight. Right now, I'm losing about 2 pounds a week. Because I lost so much at the beginning, it's averaging out to about 4.5 pounds a week. And to me, that's awesome. I've lost 24 pounds so far. My weekly weigh-in is tomorrow, so we'll see where I'm at. I'm wearing an outfit today that the shorts feel comfortable finally and forever, and the shirt feels a little big. And I'm excited about that. And am I frustrated that I'm losing 2 pounds a week? Well, yeah, sure I am. At this point, I thought I'd be 30 pounds or more down. However, I myself have to keep checking in and reminding myself that I just had major surgery. I was in the hospital for 2 nights, right? So even when I had my C-section, when I had my kids, I was only in the hospital for 2 nights. And so, you know, let your body heal. That's, you know, the moral of this video, the moral of the story. Let your body heal. Give yourself some grace. You know, maybe take a step off the scale for a minute. Don't weigh yourself every day. Try to do it weekly. You know, you fluctuate so much. Let's say one day you don't poop and the next day you poop a lot. There's going to be, you know, a change in the scale. Or one day you get in your 60 ounces of water and then the next day you only get in 20. There's going to be a change in the scale. So remind yourself, take your measurements, take your photos, do those weekly. That will show you a huge change, right? The scale is scary. Step off of it. Don't get on it more than once a week. Why would you even do that to yourself? You know, step off the scale. Put it away if you have to. Put somebody in your house in charge of it if you can't stay off of it. But for me, the mental game of stepping on the scale every single day is hard. And that leads to depression. And for me, depression leads to eating. Of course, right now I can't eat very much and I'm scared to death of carbs and sugar. However, it's a vicious cycle and one that we need to get over in our heads before we can really move forward and be successful in all of this. So, a jump off my soapbox, but the moral of my story, like I said, is give yourself some grace, right? You will hit stalls. It's only natural. And when you do, lean on your nutritionist, right? They might have suggestions. Or seek out a personal trainer when you get further out. You know, when you get to like the 6-month mark, go see a personal trainer and have them change up your exercise routine for you. Talk to your surgeon. What are you doing right now that you could change a little bit? Maybe it's too much dairy, right? Or maybe you're having a few too many calories. I don't know. I'm not counting calories. I'm only counting carbs and, I'm only counting protein and water. And so I'm not even worrying about anything else at this point. I just know what I've had because I'm tracking everything. And that's another thing. Track everything. Seriously, because then what you can do when you start to plateau or you start to get in one of those stalls, you can look back and see what were you eating when you were really losing and what are you eating now. And if they're the same things, then perhaps your body just got used to what you were eating and you need to back off a couple different food items and change it up. Do a different recipe. It's easy to get into somewhat of a routine and do the same things every day, but you know, change it up. That's why before our surgeries we were so excited to fill our fridge with all the different things to make us successful, and then we get after surgery and we tend to get complacent, right? We tend to eat the same things every day because it's safe. But my challenge to you is to stay off the scale except for once a week. You know, don't do that to yourself. Don't weigh yourself every day. It's just, in my mind, in my opinion, it's not healthy. You know, of course, let me go ahead and, I should have prefaced this whole video by saying, follow what your nutritionist and your doctor and your surgeon tell you to do. Do that foremost, right? If they're telling you to weigh yourself every day, then, you know, weigh yourself every day. But follow what they're doing. And if you start to plateau or if you stall, and 1 week is not a stall, right? I'm talking a few weeks of not losing. If you start doing that, lean on your nutritionist, lean on your surgeon, you know, find a personal trainer if you're further, you know, if you're further out along the way. Change out your routine. You know, if you're walking, let's say you're walking 2 miles a day and it's pretty flat surface, add a couple of hills to that, right? You add a couple of hills, you start sweating a little bit more, you start drinking a little bit more water. But honestly, you know, our fat cells need the water to flush the fat out. So drink your water, eat your protein, step off the scale, take measurements, take photos. You will be successful. Just stick with your plan, right? That's why the plan is there. Anyways, subscribe, follow me. Tomorrow I'll be posting a video about my 5-week update. I'm super excited. I am going to step onto the scale for that. I only step on the scale weekly, but I'm feeling really good about myself. So anyways,